Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome once again to Guild Wars 2 and another little chat. I've just jumped into some World vs World just so you know exactly what's going on. I used to play loads of World vs World. That used to be the big thing that I kind of did once I kind of finished the main part of the game. So I'm on my Char Thief today. I was feeling the need. So that's basically what's going on there. But the chat I was going to have is, this is one of these things this week I found in particular. I have been jumping back into loads of games that I used to play. I mean, this isn't just specifically like MMOs like the last one was. This is like all games. Like, I'll give you some examples. This week I've jumped back into Borderlands 2, Darksiders 2. What else have I jumped back into? I even jumped back into SimCity. Quite bad. Like, I know I mentioned the last time that or at least in another video I've mentioned that I went back to SimCity very briefly. But like, I think the other night I sat on it for about 5 hours straight, which is a hell of a long time to play SimCity. But that happened, and it's all because this is my theory anyway. I don't know if anyone gets this or if this is just me. That moment just before a batch of releases comes out, or even just one release that you're really excited about, where no game feels like it quite matches up to what you want at the time. Like, you only want that game. That's all you focus on. And yeah, this is kind of happening for me right now in regards to Skylines, City Skylines. There we go. I got words in the end. Words help. Oh dear, that was bad. That was bad. Thank God I've got me stealth on. But yeah, this is one thing that I've been kind of jumping back for. You all know I love city builders and I love management games and all that kind of stuff. But I've been finding more so than ever recently. Oh, we do not want to be going towards that. That just before one of these big releases comes out that I'm really excited or hyped for, that all my other games seem to like disappear from my memory. It's like at the minute, like, again, if you follow the channel, you're going to know this. I'm a pretty big player of Awesome Noughts. I love Awesome Noughts. I think it is a great and underappreciated game. I have not played that game now in probably over a month, because it's just one of them games that's just kind of left my radar, because it just doesn't, I don't know, I just haven't been interested to play it, so I just haven't. It's just one of those things. It's bizarre how a game that you can play for like 200 hours or whatever it is I've got on there just disappear almost overnight. And it was something I was kind of interested to see if this is just to do with me, where just before a game comes out that I'm a bit excited for, that I kind of become, I don't want to say distracted, but or bored. I just kind of lose interest in all other games just before it comes out. So, as I say, it's happened with the games that I've been playing a lot recently, but then it's also forced me to then go back to older games that I haven't played for ages, but they stopped in similar ways. So like, I've never finished Darksiders 2 because I got halfway through it and then got distracted with something else, stopped playing it, and then completely forgot what was going on, so I've restarted it. And now I'm in absolute love with it. But, like, it was the same series of events that caused me to stop playing Darksiders in the first place, and now I've gone back to it and I'm in absolute love with it. And it's the same with Borderlands. Like, admittedly, Borderlands has come about slightly differently, because I had Borderlands on the Xbox 360. I know, disgusting. And I finished all the content that I wanted to do with that. Finished the DLCs and all that kind of business. I am going to die. And then kind of realised that I wasn't feeling it. And then, obviously, I got a lot more into my PC stuff. And then I bought Borderlands cheap on one of the sales, and then recently decided I'm going to go back and play that, so I did, and that's why I've gone back to playing that. So it's a little bit different in the sense of Borderlands 2, but Darksiders in particular was the one that kind of got me thinking about it. And yeah, it would just be interesting to know whether that's a common thing, or if that's just like the odd batch, because I've got a friend or two where some of my friends are like very much like that. And some of my friends are very much the opposite, and they're like, once they're into a game, like, it's the game itself that has to get boring for them before they'll quit it, and they will play that game for hundreds of hours. Whereas I'll play it for I don't know, maybe 20, and then by then I'm probably like, okay, I'm burned out on this now, I don't want to play anymore. So, what's a good example of that one? I don't know, I can't think of one actually off the top of my head that I can say like I've played for a very short amount of time. Well, I can think of some, but the shortness is definitely different. So like, I've played Dawn of War 2 for about 60 hours, which is still a fair length of time, but Synthetic Butler, who I often do videos with, has played it for probably 10, 20 times that, and is still quite willing to just play that game to the end of time. Whereas I'm just like, no, I don't want to play that game. It's a good game, but I don't want to play it anymore. I've got to that stage with it where I'm just finished with that game. And yeah, but it's that level of... And then there's other games that I will come back to almost infinitely as long as I get breaks from them. It's like most of the time I won't leave a game because I'm like, oh, this game's just boring now. I'll always be like, oh, it's a great game, I just don't want to play it now. Or I want to play something else. Maybe it's like a variety is the spice of life thing. Well, that place is getting taken. Damn, we're not doing well today. Okay, post, yeah, we know. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it would just be cool for you guys to kind of let me know your thoughts on that one. Have you ever... I wouldn't want to say abandoned, but have you ever kind of suddenly, you were loving a game, absolutely adoring it, and then all of a sudden another game's been announced and it's like, oh, it's out. You find out this game that you've been waiting for is out in like 2 weeks or something, and then you can't stop thinking about that game. You're like, I'm going to play a lot of that game. And then no other game feels like it compares. It's kind of weird. The more I say it out loud, the more strange it sounds. But it's still the same. It is that level of just... I don't know, it's kind of crazy actually thinking about it. How something you can absolutely adore and think is great as a product, all of a sudden be completely overlooked because another product has come out that you also kind of like. But then because it's new, it gets more points. So like for me, it's like City Skylines. City Skylines, it's a city builder, which I love city builders. I've got lots of them. But because there's a new one out that promises slightly different things, and that's all it is, it's promises. I haven't actually been able to play City Skylines yet. I'm looking forward to, don't get me wrong, but when I actually do get a chance to play it, that's what I'm looking for. It's something new, it's got a different name, it's got a few shiny things in it that are different to other stuff, and that's enough to make me go, no other city builder is good enough. It's really strange. But, I don't know, it's weird, and then eventually, like that game, I'll get tired of that game, or it'll turn out that it wasn't as good as I was hoping it to be, and then I'll go back to other games that I just stopped playing. So, as I say, I'm determined to finish Darksiders 2 this time, and I've already told you as we're playing it right now, I'm determined to do a little bit more on Guild Wars 2, because I really want to get into the new expansion, because it looks absolutely great. I am a lover of story in Guild Wars 2, in my opinion. It does story a lot better than most MMOs, because that is one thing that always tends to suffer with MMOs, is the story. So I'm probably more of an RPG person, but a lot of RPGs, I don't know, I tend to get... The sad side of it is now is a lot of RPGs are JRPGs. Now while some of them are great games, if you want to get the really great ones, you've got to go for the older ones. Because I'm finding a lot recently when I'm like, oh, you know what, I'm going to try and find a decent JRPG to get back into. It's the wrong kind of anime for me. There's slightly too many, like, not very dressed women. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate the female form, but I don't particularly like cartoons of it. Or when it's kind of like sold to you as, this is a 14-year-old girl. That makes me go, no, 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 no. I am going to walk away from this right now. That is weird. But I've been finding loads recently. I'm just like, oh, this is a JRPG, let's check this out. And then the screenshots for it are really awkward upskirt shots and all this kind of stuff. And I find it really off-putting. So a lot of RPGs don't sit well with me anymore, which is one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to... It's like when an Elder Scrolls game comes out. I get really over-the-top hyped over an Elder Scrolls game. They're not the best RPGs in the world, they have their flaws, but I always look forward to them because of the crazy stuff that you can do on them, the little stories that end up happening. And usually when things break, it makes the game infinitely funnier because some weird shit's happened. But they kind of... they don't do anything that makes me go, oh god, no, I don't want to be doing this. Whereas a lot of JRPGs tend to make me do that. And yeah, it's a shame really, because a lot of them are really, really good. So, but a lot of the times I find if I want to get a good one, I have to go back. I have to go backwards, rather than playing like it's new. And yeah, it's weird. It's very weird. Games are weird. But yeah, I should probably stop rambling and actually go and try and find out where this fight's happening, because at the minute it seems to be a bit everywhere. I don't think our realm's doing particularly great. Then again, this realm is really outdated, so looks like we're doing a bit better in our own Borderlands. Maybe I should have gone there. But oh well, I just thought there would be more of a fight here since we had a lot of it, but it looks like they're just going to slowly... looks like Blue's just going to take us out, honestly, so we'll have to see. But yeah, anyway, that's my kind of little ramble. There's lots of games that I'm excited about, and there's loads that are going to be coming to the channel, of course. There's the little update for the channel there. Obviously, you know, I've already said it about 100 times, you will be getting a lot of City Skylines videos. If that's not your thing, I apologise, but I do have quite a large fan base on this channel that really do enjoy watching me play, like the management and the city simulators and all that kind of stuff, so I'll be doing it for them and for myself, so they're always clearly labelled, so you can just avoid them kind of things if that's not your jam. And I'll obviously be mixing in other things as well. It won't just be solid, like we're just going to do City Skylines every day. They will be alternated with other things, so I'll try and keep some interest to everyone. I'll try and give you some hints to there's some stuff that I can't talk about directly, and there's some stuff I can. So I'll give you a hint. Like one of the videos that you will be seeing probably after this. So most of them you're going to see before, actually. So let's see, a video that you're going to see after this that I can't... There's a horror game that I'll be showing in a few days. Well, it's a narrative-focused horror game, so it's got some spooky books in it. But I don't know how much of that I can show as of yet, but I can't show that till the very... I think it's about the 3rd of March I'm allowed to actually show that. So yeah, you'll have to see on that one. It's a bit of a weird one. I don't usually cover horror games, but I kind of found it interesting. But I also have some stuff that I want to talk about on it, so that's going to be one that you'll have to look out for. As I say, I can't say the name yet because I'm not allowed to. What else might you get before? I don't know if I'll be covering Dragon Ball Z. I don't know. Originally, I was very excited for Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse because when I was a child, Dragon Ball Z was my world. I loved Dragon Ball Z when I was little. And then I kind of grew up, stopped watching it. But I've always had that little inkling in the back of my head that I still just love Dragon Ball Z. It was just the fact that as I got older, it was just one of them things that had kind of got left behind, and I never really sought it out as much as I used to. Whereas when you're a kid, you've got a lot more free time to go and sit and watch cartoons and all that kind of stuff. So there was something I wanted to do, but I've been watching a little bit of it on Twitch and stuff, and I'm not convinced about buying it just yet because I couldn't get review code for it, or at least I haven't been able to yet. I'm still going to obviously try and pursue it for a little bit, but at the minute I'm unsure on it about actually spending the price that they're asking for, so I don't know whether you're going to be getting that one. I'm not sure. You might not. It'll depend on what I can work out on that one. This might be out before you see this video, but I might be doing Homeworld, the remastered. Shelter 2 will most likely be happening because I played all the way through Shelter 1 on the channel, so I'll probably do at least some of Shelter 2 on the channel. I don't know if I'll do it all because this one's a bit more open world than the last one. I might do a little look at Ori and the Blind Guardian as well. But anyway, I'm going to stop mentioning games because otherwise you're all going to know exactly what's coming up on the channel, and that'll be boring. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a taster for if you've sat and listened to me talk crap up to this point, you get a little reward and you get to know what's coming up. So yeah, anyway, the little thing that I was just going to talk to you about, this is just one of these bizarre things that I do. And I just wanted to hear if you guys do it as well. I wanted to get a little bit of a consensus going. Because I've got some people that say they do exactly like I do. And then there's some people that think I'm a bit strange. And I'd like to know if there's like that one game, because I know, again, as a perfect example, MOBAs tend to do this a lot. Like, if someone gets really, really into a MOBA, say League of Legends, they will stick with that for hundreds of thousands of hours. And it doesn't. They'll play a different game for a day or two, and then they'll be like, yeah, okay, I'm going back to League. And they're gone. It's that kind of game for them, whereas I'm kind of like, I'll play a game for a bit. If it's a really good game, it might get a few hundred hours out of me, but I'm yet to break 1,000 on any that I can remember. I think the closest I've ever got, I think, was Elder Scrolls Oblivion. I think that was... I may have got over 1,000 on that one in total. Maybe. I think. I don't know. Maybe. I'd have to go back and look at old save files to know that. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. I am going to stop talking because I've taken up enough of your day now. So yeah, hopefully you are having a great day. Hopefully you've liked my little rant and ramble and chat away. It's something a bit different, just to get away from the constant, like, the first impressions or the Let's Plays. Like, this odd little discussion one I find kind of interesting to do. And I want to do some more, like, less personal and more, like, out there topics. So, like, actually talking about maybe some of the YouTube stuff and all that kind of stuff. Might be kind of interesting to do. I'll leave that up to you guys if that's something you actually want to listen to me ramble about. I could even start working these into being some kind of... Maybe I can get them uploaded to some kind of podcast thing, and I can just like pick like a half-an-hour slot and just talk about something. I don't know. It's something maybe to think about in the future. There's loads I could sit here talking to you about, but I really should stop. So I'm going to stop for now, and then maybe another day I'll do another update video, and I'll talk about some of the other stuff to actually do with the main part of the channel. Anyway, as I said before, I hope you're all fantastic. I hope you're all well, and everything's lovely, and everything's going great for you. Thank you very much for all the support recently. You have been awesome, as always. A massive thank you to all the new people as well, and welcome to the channel. I hope you're all great. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm going to go now. Have a lovely day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.